welcome to Nashville.
Thank you.
How was your first performance here?
Actually, it was amazing. Like, starting off, you never know, like, meaning opening, you never know how people are going to receive you. And I think tonight, Nashville received me really well.
Yeah, they definitely loved all your edits, and when you were on the mic, everybody was so hype about it.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that your debut here went so well.
Yeah, thank you.
Where are you from, and what is the dance music scene like there?
I am from San Jose, California. That's where I was born and raised. To be fair, I was not into dance music when I was younger, so I was only into like the rock scene. And I'm a singer-songwriter, so I was in a rock band, so I literally didn't know anything about dance until I got to LA. And I got to LA in like 2006, and then I think 2008 I started getting my feet wet, and then 2015 that's when it was like fully all dance in LA.
So the area in Northern California is definitely really well known for like the hard rock scene.
Yeah,
Were you
exactly.
in hard rock?
Yeah, exactly. I was like into like Red Hot Chili Peppers, and like I know Smash Mouth is from San Jose, but I didn't really. I mean, Smash Mouth was kind of cheesy at the time, but I was in every single Incubus, Rage Against the Machine. I played that tonight. Yeah, literally the hardest rock. I was in a hard rock band.
That's so cool, and I love that you're still being able to bring parts of that era of your life into your set now. That's really special.
Yeah, thank you.
What's your journey been like as a creative? Did you start out as a singer or as a DJ?
I started off as a singer, a performer. I did musical theater when I was a kid, and I didn't even like it, but my mom put me in it because she knew I was, she read me really well. I was her daughter. So I was really shy, though, when I was a kid. And then she was like, you should do this. And then I would cry before each show, but then I would go on stage and just like, ah. So I would say, yeah, I'm a performer, singer first. Then I started playing instruments in like high school, piano, guitar, whatever. Yeah.
Very cool.
And then DJ way later, way after like getting into dance music as a singer.
So did you move to LA because you were interested in dance music, or did you discover dance music while being there?
I discovered dance music while being in LA because I was really sheltered, and I would say my access to music was pretty vast, but it's just not dance music in San Jose. And I used to think it was kind of like repetitive and all the things that people say before they start to love it and become obsessed. And partly because I was just so used to musical stuff. I would dig jazz music, rap music, a bunch of stuff. So it's like hearing that initially, I was like, nah. But because I listened to pop music, eventually pop started adding a ton of dance music, like David Guetta, Zed, Lady Gaga, and then Rihanna with Calvin Harris, and so then I felt my palate was getting wet after that, 2010, and then like it progressed into just me being fully into it.
Yeah, the dance scene in LA has grown so much in the past, like throughout my lifetime, I guess I could say. So I love that through going to LA, you were able to like discover something new that like puts you on such a pedestal as well.
Yeah. I mean, I fell in love with it. I mean, like, I got into dance music because my friend, I worked at Trader Joe's, and he was like, I would always sing. I sing all the time, Now, obviously I'm trying to preserve my voice. I'm on tour, so it's a little bit scratchy. But in 2010, something like that, he was like, or is it 2010? I don't know. It was a bit of a gap there. But he was like, you should like try to get on dance music. And I was like, nah, bro, like I don't do that or whatever. I'm a rock star. And he's like, well, you should meet my friend Sunburn. And so I met Sunburn, I guess like in 2013, 2014, something like that. And that's when I sang California. And then I got into dance music like hard out, like through the years.
I'm pretty sure that was the first song that put me on to you because when I was in college, I was really into Sunburn. Really into Sunburn. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I remember hearing that and being like, oh my God, this vocalist is not what I'm hearing on the majority of EDM tracks.
Yeah.
So that's really cool that was like kind of your segue in.
Yes, definitely.
There was definitely an era of my college life too where every DJ that was playing that was like my friend, I'd go up and be like, 6-Shooter or California. I want those 2 songs. Really? And they would, yeah, I swear to God, you can ask them if you ever meet them. Yeah. Your biography mentions you are following in your grandmother's footsteps. How did your grandmother inspire you?
So she was a pianist, I don't know how you say it. She played piano, and she was a gospel singer. And I think that I inherited that. You know, I inherited the musicality and just the ability to do music from that. At least that's what I tell myself, because, I don't know. I don't know much about her because she died when I was like 2 or 3. But I have heard her records and her voice, and it's beautiful. And I've heard her play piano, so yeah.
Have you ever considered like trying to work with one of her records or incorporate it into your set somehow?
You know, no. However, I did buy my mom one of her, now I want to go back and do that. But I did buy my mom one of her old records. I found it, and I sent it to her. And she's like, whoa, like, I can't believe it. But maybe I should, like, get that back. And then, yeah, that's actually a good idea.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
A little personal tidbit. The stroke of me that's not Danish is, Italian, and they went through the world. But they were musicians in, like, the 1500s or something. And I found, after getting to visit the village that is named after them, I found their music on Spotify. And it's so funny because when I show it to my friends, they're like, if you lived in 1500, this would be exactly what you'd be making. It's so
That's
like,
funny. The connectivity, obviously.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's interesting how even if you don't know people that came before you, it can still impact your life and your journey and things like that.
Yeah, it's in your consciousnness.
Yeah. What's your life like when you're not on tour? Do you have any hobbies that you like to do?
Man, I've been on tour so much in this last 2 years that I really just like to, I love to walk, and I love to go hiking. I love squirrels, so I like to go feed squirrels a lot. But honestly, I just like to veg out a bit. It's like I rarely get a chance to do that, so it's like, if I'm home and there's like, let's say I have like, it's been a long time since I've had a week off, but, you know, if I have a week off, then I just I do my adulting, and I like to lay in the bed, like literally just like lay in the bed with my cat. I don't know, that's just like the best thing, because I do so much every single day. It's like day in, day out that I never really like get a chance to I miss some of that, actually. I miss just like being creative on a whim. I'm still creative, but it's just like, I just miss like some calmer moments, you know? It's just fine. I mean, I wouldn't trade my life for anything. Like, there's nothing else I want to be doing at all. This is awesome. This is the best life, but I do miss, like, I don't have hobbies because I'm just like trying to recuperate.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And stay healthy and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Has there been anything that you found health-wise that's made a big difference for you, travel-wise?
Yeah, so in June, where are we at, 2025? June 2023, I had like a little health scare after a show in Toronto. Or no, right before a show in Toronto. I don't know if it was like a migraine, and then it felt like it could have been a stroke, but I lost my eyesight for a second, had to be rushed to the hospital. And then they put me with a bunch of shit, and they were like, you know, tested me for a stroke, but basically they just said I had a complex migraine that actually could trigger a stroke. So I don't know. I had all these tests done, blood work done, it was fine, and then I did. A neurologist came in and she started talking about my nerves, and I was like, yeah, I kind of have nerve damage in my neck because whatever, it's not. And then I kind of started paying better attention to my body, because I realized that, you know, doing these shows all the time, you're just raging, and, you know, either, you know, it's just staying up late. Yeah, maybe you'll have some beverages here and there, but it's like I wasn't really like eating right and paying attention to my vitamins. You know what I mean? I really wasn't. And so now I always do. I'm like, water, you know, anything that I can do, especially when I have, you know, I think December and January is where I usually have a lull, so I usually drink as much as water and just do as much as I can to replenish and restore. I do meditation as well.
Oh, really? Do you have a particular style of meditation that you really like?
Yeah. I do this like breathing exercise, like where you kind of, it's like holding your nose. You breathe in, breathe out like that. Like I don't want to do it on camera.
No problem.
I don't want to do it on camera, but yeah, I do. And once you get into a rhythm of that, like your whole body feels good. And but yeah, it's kind of easy to get out of rhythm too, because especially on the road. This is my first bus tour, so you know it's been hard adjusting, but like not because anything is bad. It's just I'm not used to it. You know?
Totally. Well, I never would have guessed that you have any nerve damage in your neck or anything. The way that you whip your hair on stage.
Right. Well, now, I mean, I'm in a good space now. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. I took a lot of physical therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could give a younger version of yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Trust your instincts, especially when it comes to being creative. And I would say, like just be disciplined in what you believe in.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people that are pursuing creativity can be told or felt that they need to cater to the crowd, which, okay, there is some part of that. However, if you're not getting up off your seat over what you're creating, what's the point?
Boom. Exactly.
I've had so many conversations with people where I'm so glad and like refreshed to hear people echoing that more now than like I'm trying to make somebody happy so it'll sell the record, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's great advice.
Yeah. I mean, I have had so much self-doubt in my life unnecessarily, and people wouldn't even think it, but for very specific things that I've wanted to do, I've just like put them off in a weird way, or just slightly have done them in a different way, but not being very exact because of whatever little voice in my head. But now I've done some therapy and just growing older, and you know, obviously seeing the results of the impact that I have with people, from stages to the music I put out, like that helps. But you do need your fair share of like your own confidence, and not looking for the validation you have in order to keep going and to innovate.
Totally. I feel like being able to hear your inner voice and not the doubtful little voices.
There's so many different.
Is a game changer.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's so true.
Did you feel like meditation helped you hear yourself better?
Well, I did do, when I moved to LA, I did a yoga journey for a really long time, for, I don't know, I would say 3 or 4 years. I was actually, before I was going to be a teacher, and I wanted to pursue yoga and have that be my lifelong career. And I would say within that, I really felt close to myself. And but then music calls, you know, and I'm glad it did, because that is the path for me for sure. But I definitely was set out to do yoga because I thought, I know the power of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I still haven't found a way to integrate it all back, because I don't know how to be, I don't know. Everything is just so like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a moment that you knew, going from like, okay, I want yoga to be my whole life, to I want music to be my whole life?
Yeah, I think, 2000. Yeah, I'd met a friend named Soraya, and we started doing more music in LA together, and like building out like a little duo and stuff, and that was starting to like help me solidify more of that. And then we didn't keep the band going, or the group, but I ended up doing the California thing, and that blew up. And then it just kind of was like inching me towards getting into dance music even more. And even then in 2015, when that happened, I was still very overwhelmed, because I was like, I didn't know dance culture that well. And I was just like, all these people were like hitting up to work, and I was like, who are you guys? Like, it's like really strange. And then I'd tell people, they're like, oh my God, so-and-so, you gotta work with them. And I'm like, I don't know. So it took me some adjusting to get into, to really like love, I guess, not love I always loved music, but to love something about it. I mean, something about dance music. I think it was, actually, no. Sunburn took me out to, in 2016, he took me to EDC. It was my first EDC.
In Vegas?
Yeah. And, yeah, that's when I fell in love with dance culture, because I was like, oh shit, people like gather around and they love, it's a lot of love and, fun stuff and things. And, yeah, I was like, okay, like, I get why this is so powerful. And then that's when I fell in love.
It's also such an accepting community to experience. That's something that really drew me to dance music in particular, because, okay, every genre is still kind of getting used to having women around.
Yeah.
However, before I found the dance industry, dance music has kind of been in my life consistently.
Yeah.
But the dance industry really just like accepted me and has provided me so many opportunities where other genres I worked in for so long and would just have the most bizarre things told to me and just treated in a way where I didn't feel good about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think it's great that you were able to experience that full force and be like, I found it. It's here.
It is here, yeah. And it's love. It's everyone just constantly like, yeah, yay.
Yeah, like everybody's coming to have the best night of their life and really nothing less. Yeah. How can you not love being around that?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Your recent EP, Glorified, is fantastic.
Thank you.
What's the story behind the name of the EP?
The story? So originally it started off, so always this character that I always come from is a superhero. And that's why, I love superhero, like, shirts.
I didn't even notice.
Is it Spider-Man, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is dead stock, so, like, you can't ever find this ever again.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
it's so cool.
So, yeah, I love Marvel, I love superheroes, and I always feel like inside there's this, like, burning passion to, if I was a superhero, like, I'd understand what that means somehow, So it's kind of like my journey through life, but as a superhero. And Glorified, I guess, is experiencing, like, the most, the biggest, like, persona you can be in the world, and you're just like, glorified, I don't know. And yeah, I mean, the songs are, looking for joy. It's like, the journey of this person looking for joy and looking for their superhero power and looking for that, like, aha moment where you've arrived, So that's kind of what Glorified is.
That's a perfect segue into my next question. I verbatim wrote down, my personal favorite from Glorified is Looking for Joy. Mm-hmm. I feel as if the lyrics and your voice being the one to sing them evoke almost a superpower-esque feeling.
Oh, wow.
Like, I can't be sad listening to this. Like, if I'm going through it one week and I'm like, I need to find some positivity, that's on the positivity playlist.
Oh, amazing.
Can you share with us what your process was like in creating this track, or what inspired it a little deeper?
Yeah, so I wrote that. So, like I said, I said off camera, but I go to London every, like, August, and I make music. And leading up to that song, I was just feeling really down and unsure about just, like, my musical position in life, and just a little sad. I don't know why. Sometimes I feel disconnected from what I'm doing, even though I'm doing it. I'm just always looking for the most authentic, real happiness, And yeah, sometimes it goes away. I guess it's probably everyone feels this way. I imagine that, you go through ebbs and flows of feeling disconnected and then connected. So yeah, during that time, right before that, I was feeling really weird and just over it. And I'm just like, I know I have strength in me. I know that it's possible for me to, like, be happy, And then I'm just like, I'm just going on this quest to feel something, And that's partly, I will say, some of my sadness at the time. It's come from the industry a little bit, yeah. The industry sometimes can, even though we are in dance music, it's still an industry. And yeah, it can take you on. It can be take a toll on your mental health sometimes, and you have to step outside of it and kind of, remember why you like music.
100%. I think something too that isn't spoken about enough is that in this industry, no matter what genre you're in, there's such intense highs. So then, okay, once you reach a new milestone or experience something that's just so like your adrenaline's pumping, you feel good about it, then what's next can just be like do 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 do.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then just like whoa. Oh, and then you know what I mean?
Yeah. And suddenly sometimes it feels like your foundation is, you don't have one, even though you've been building this over time, and then you're just like, you like feel like you're stepping in quicksand sometimes. But yeah, so looking for joy is just literally like exactly what it is. Looking for happiness and looking for it to stay. I want it to stay around through all of this craziness. So that's what it's about.
I love that that's your answer to that question, because it touches on what you said before about trying to create really raw and authentic emotions. And one of my favorite things about getting to meet people that make music that I love is I have this little delulu sometimes where I'm like, I feel it. I feel like what the song's about. I feel them in this song, and that song for me, like, if people ask me, like, who's Kaleena Zanders, I'll send them Vibration and Looking for Joy, but usually Looking for Joy first, because I'm like, no, like, I don't know why, but this is just the song you need to hear. And I think also, too, if you're having a bad day, put it on and you'll have, like, a better moment. You know what I mean?
Normally I play that every single night, but my voice, I have to preserve it a little bit, so, because I sing it with no backing track, just the backgrounds. Okay. So it's just the lead vocal, but tonight I was like, I need a break, so, and then that's why I played those like extra rock music songs because I knew we were in Nashville. Yeah. So I was like, I didn't play that one, but normally I do. Yeah, every night. But sorry, I didn't.
No, it's okay. Don't worry. Vibration was still in there, so I was like, okay, Are there any stories about making the EP that aren't as known that you'd like to share?
Well, so initially, it was the EP in general was meant. I wrote it out with my friend Greg, who also directed some of the music videos, as like a full like little mini movie. And it's like it's hard to get budget for things that large, that content that large, because I mean, one could argue that people don't necessarily really watch stuff like that a lot. They don't watch like little mini movies, and unless you're like maybe, I don't know, Beyonce or something, but. So me and my friend, we wrote it out as a big story, and then it kept getting chopped down because it's like the budget was like chopped down, or like fuck, we don't have. So I didn't quite get to execute it entirely the way I would have liked to, but I'm very happy with getting the content that we did. For instance, we weren't able to do one with Daddy Keeps Calling, partly because. Well, we didn't have the budget, but then like Chami lives in a different country, and I really wanted to have him in it, and it just didn't work out. But we ended up doing this. We ended up making this sort of like, remember the Apple commercials from when they used the iPod thing? It was like we literally made something very similar to that, and I don't think it'll ever go on the internet. Yeah, I was just like, because we made it and it looks cool, but I just was like, I don't think I can put this up. It reminds me of the Apple commercial. So then I just like, we didn't do it. Yeah. But it's there. It's around. Maybe one day I'll just like sneak it online. Yeah,
like a little archive lead.
Yeah. I'll just be like, oh, there it is.
But I feel like that's interesting for what could come for your future projects. Like one day having like the lemonade, but the Kaleena version.
Can I tell you something? I actually have made one. Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, but I took a pivot musically, so I do have a proof of concept already. Yeah. I know.
Yay. Okay. That's fun.
Yeah.
You are an absolute champion for the community you represent as a Black queer woman. For those looking to get involved with or support diversity in creative spaces, are there any groups, collectives, or companies you would particularly like to recommend or shed light on?
I'd like to highlight the collective I started with my friends, Vanessa Michaels, Chloe, and Shay. It's called Cookie, and it's we're all queer, and it's for lesbian, non-binary people, mostly women focused. You know, you don't have to identify as a woman, but it's just more feminine party, and I'm very happy to be a part of it because we need more safe spaces for us, you know, and they've sold out. And they're popping it's at the Roosevelt in Hollywood, and a lot of people have been putting a lot of nice energy into it, helping us out, sponsors, and it's kind of taking a life of its own, and I'm really, really proud of it.
How often do you get to throw those parties?
We do them, I think, well, right now we have done them like every 3 months. We did it for September, and we did another one. Yeah, about every 3 months. But they'll get more regularly as we get more budget and more things, you know, going on. And we're hoping to do some Pride events as well. But I'm very happy about that because, number one, I know I grew up feeling very, what's the word? Not embarrassed, shameful for being gay. And I felt I always masked myself and hid, and I feel like I'm so happy to foster and help foster like a community of people, and a lot of people, a lot of these younger kids, they're like fine, they're like I'm out, yeah, you know. But I just know me growing up, I had such a hard time, so that is one that I'd like to highlight.
Yeah, that's so nice that you're able to take action and try to solve a problem that you experienced yourself. So that's amazing. Is it something you've ever considered being like a touring thing eventually and bringing it to other cities?
Yes, we definitely have really big plans. I think the biggest thing though for us is just to build it in LA as much as possible, so it creates a buzz and people are like talking about it. Like, oh, I came from whatever city or whatever, and eventually, you know, I would love to hit New York, like London, all the major parts, you know. But so far, it's going really well, and I'm kind of like, I can't believe it. All of us were always just so like, yay, this happened. So, yeah, that's one I'd like to highlight.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Props to you,
Thank you,
and to your whole team for facilitating that. Because, you know, like you said, safe spaces, it's so important for everybody to feel themselves, because, you know, I'm like a cis white person, but I can't imagine like going through those types of experiences and feeling ashamed of yourself, or any types of feelings that friends have expressed to me that they've gone through. And people like you are paving the way for people to explore or experience and just have a place that feels like home, you know?
Or have a space. Like, I remember when I was younger, I didn't have any place to go to just to be myself. Like, partly because I was sheltered a little bit. Also, San Jose is a little bit boring, you know? And then, like, you can go to San Francisco and kind of find that. But by the time I was 18, 19, 20, I was just kind of moving forward, college. And then, you know, I didn't really have a chance to see anybody like me around me. And that is so important to have, like, other women, you know, around you, so that you feel normal, you know? So that's why I'm happy to do this.
Yeah, the closest I'm able to relate to that is honestly, so I love Nashville so much, but I grew up in South Florida, very international community. Everybody's got at least one parent from a different country or something like that. And like with me having an international family, I always felt like, oh, cool. Then when I moved to Tennessee, a lot of people here like grew up here.
Very American.
Yeah, super, super American. And so I've been here for about 10 years now, but it's only within the last year, honestly, that I actually have been feeling like I'm finding people that I identify with more, which actually comes from my friends, like, really pushing the dance scene hard and, like, booking talent that's, like, from different countries. And it's interesting how it attracts people that have international backgrounds, and I feel like I'm meeting so many more people here that I can like connect with on a deeper level where like the people I've met here have been wwonderful and things, but you know, you can't like force something to go deeper than
I know
you do.
Then I know if they only have the capacity to meet you at right here, like you can't like there's no way you can like and you can't really teach people. What I'm realizing, you can influence people, but you can't like set out like I am going to teach people. Like it never works. You just have to exist, you know, and hopefully you're, you know, deep enough, wise enough, aware, and accepting enough that just becomes an influence, you know?
Totally. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. But people are so hard-headed, and well, people want to be safe and they're comfortable in the way they live, and God, I mean, we're seeing it so much in our political climate of people with fixed ideas about things, and it's a huge challenge right now, I think, because we're so divided in all these different spaces. So, like I will say, like agreeing to do this tour, I had my own little bit of like chatter in my brain about going to these southern states that I've never been, and it's not like I know that I'm kind of in a bubble where I go from the tour bus to the venue, but even still, like the audiences, you know, I'm just like, how are they going to receive me being, you know, they don't know I'm gay, but you know, me, Black woman, singer, girl, whatever, like, and I do know that I'm playing some sing-alongs and stuff, but at the end of the day, like, that's an all-white crowd, you know, that you just don't know how they'll receive you, and I had a little bit of that, but no, I don't care. I mean, I'm gonna stand there and do my thing, you know, like, but it does cross my mind, it just naturally.
I think though that you being brave to look past that and like take these opportunities and things does help like move the needle in a way, because it does expose people to different cultures and music and like representation that they might not see as regularly, you know? And so I think that you should feel really proud for also contributing to like Black history in that way.
For sure.
You know?
Oh, that's so funny. I'm like out here, it is
like
Black History Month
singing,
too,
but not to get too like
but
marketing, or you know what I mean?
No, but it is that. I mean, I think that too. Like, I got over I've only done 3 shows or 4 shows. This is the 4th show? I don't know. I know I'm so out of it, but I think I've gained 300 followers already, and it's all that kind of crowd. I was like, wait till the June, wait till Pride Month comes. Will they still be my fans? I'll be like, gay.
Yeah, actually, so Nashville, we have like a really, really big Pride festival every summer. Last year, one of my friends flew in for it because Tinashe was playing. So I went for the first time with her, and it was so much fun. Definitely not as big as I feel like it could be, but there was a huge parade, and I think that people participating in this and like putting the show on and things like that, it's just really important, because I think that a lot of people can not be quite as accepting from the get-go just because it's so unfamiliar, or they've been raised with whatever idea. But if you're not like exposed to those types of interactions and be like, oh, they are a human too, you know what I mean?
Just humans trying to connect.
Well, it is.
We're just trying to connect. Yeah.
That being said, to celebrate Black History Month and emphasize the importance of continued support, who are 3 Black creatives you believe deserve more recognition and support across any type of creative field? They could be a painter, graphic designer, singer, producer.
Her name is Yseult. Yeseult. She is tremendous. She is an artist. She's a singer, but she sings opera at times. But her music is like rock and R&B and hip hop, and she's like a big woman, but you don't think like that's a big woman, like, but she just is like doesn't fit any like of the norms of what you would, I guess, a big woman. Like she wears like goth clothes, and she sings beautifully, and she like wears her heart out like on stage. Like, I went to her show at the Roxy 2 weeks ago, and I'd been following her for like 2 years, and I couldn't. She's from France, but she's black and whatever. She came here, and I was just like this is what is up. You know, people just being themselves, and I don't know. She's an absolute outstanding creator, and everyone should be like her. Like, I went back to rethink what I'm doing too. I'm like, okay, you know, level up, you know. Who else? I really like Keke Palmer. Is that generic to say? I don't know, but I like Keke Palmer because she is well-rounded. She's everything. She's all kinds of, she does every single style of art, and I love that. All I can think about right now is Labyrinth. Why am I thinking about the most, like, popular people? I'm not, like, I know that I know, like, better people, but my brain is not thinking about that.
It's okay. I mean, there's definitely people out there that don't know those people, you know?
Okay, Labyrinth is amazing. He's a multi-instrumentalist, and you know Labyrinth? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. And he inspires me because he's crossed over into, like, doing TV and film, like, music supervision, and I want to do that too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Last question from me. Yeah. What's next for you? What can fans keep an eye out for?
Oh, what's next for me is some music that really aligns with me. Sometimes it doesn't always, you know, working with a team, sometimes you, again, second guess yourself. You don't always put out music that, like, is the most aligned, but the music that I'm putting out this year is going to be really aligned, and I'm very, very happy about that. Oh, God, there's something really big that's going to happen, but I can't say that yet. Just more festivals, just think of that. I'm going on tour with Trixie Mattel, doing a couple dates with her. Fun. Yeah, it's just mostly music and putting out the best music ever, and playing even better shows. Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep an eye out for what's going on, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.